give me a second. I'm just setting up everything. Let's bring up that one. Share that one. Bring it up over here. Okay, we're not gonna get like picture in picture, right? Pause to save your resources. Okay, how do I fix it? Yeah, that one. Okay. Okay, we're up. We're up. Okay. Oh, yeah, we forgot to change the title. Let's fix that. That will update that. I know. Come on. Yeah, do the thing. Oh, close. Okay. Okay. We're at the 90s.
I think we kind of ended right around there.
Testing.
So it looks like we skipped a week and we're on May 31st of 2021. So all the grandkids are born and we're getting into the 90s. I know there was something I was supposed to mention, but I forgot. Let's give it a whirl.
You're kind of the end of the 70s.
That's right.
Mm.
All right. We're going.
Yeah, we went. They had the big, beautiful wedding. We didn't go into the wedding a lot, but that was the biggest and best wedding. Or the biggest of the three of them. We had more weddings in the 80s to get to. But yeah, it was a beautiful wedding. You missed that. You missed that one.
It's probably a good thing.
Oh gosh, yes. I got lots of pictures though. You've probably seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Bob and Jerry and all the brothers, and yeah, it was quite an affair. All our relatives came over from the coast.
Who came over from the coast?
Marty's sisters and families, and his one sister Bev baked the wedding cake. The whole wedding, she was good. She brought that whole cake over from Seattle. They lived in Seattle then. And Marty's dad had a camper or an RV camper thing, and he carried the cake because she had all the layers separate. So this cake was laying all over the bed in separate, each layer, you know, in his camper, which he parked right in front of our house there on Elki. And then she put the whole cake together at St. Mary's in the kitchen while the wedding was going on, because her family, being all Jehovah's Witnesses, could not go into the church. It's something against their witness religion, I guess. They can't go into other churches. So they spent all their time out in the, what do you call it, the big center there where they have...
The gym? Or,
at the church, next to the church there.
Oh, the adult center?
What center?
The adult center?
Well, it had just a lot of tables for meetings and...
Yeah, I think they had the...
Just to get together.
The gym.
Get together. Maybe it was kind of the gym.
Probably. They probably call it the rec center or something.
Event center, something like that. Okay. It was right. We just could walk from the church right over there.
Yeah, I think they've just redone the carpet, but in the church. But other than that, everything looks exactly the same.
Well, anyway, yeah, she put the whole cake together there. So when we went after the wedding, then we all walked over there, and there's this big, beautiful, beautiful cake. She put it together, frosted it, and all that. Okay, so yeah, that was Marty's sister. and all her kids. She had 5 kids, so they were all there. And his other sister, Sandy, did she come? Can't quite picture her at that wedding. His dad and mom were there, although they were divorced, but his dad came with his new wife. Yeah, they were. None of my family came from back east. Be a long trip. Long trip, okay. Anyway, yeah, that was a good wedding. Okay, did the 70s? Oh, in the 70s, I forgot. That's when Grandpa started ACS, so I think right around 1970. And he and Pat Gumport together started it up. So it's like 50 years old, over 50. I think they started on Sprague and near the bowling alley there, Skipper something. I don't forget. I think that was the first place. Then they moved to the north side and then downtown and back out in the valley. But anyway, yeah, he started that. He'd been in, when we come over here, he was beneficial finance, loan company. So he was running that. He was the manager when we moved to Spokane. So he's always been, since he got out of the Army, he's been in finance. So yeah, beneficial, and then from there he and Pat got together. And they had the Y Farm Supply for a while, the two of them.
The what?
The Y Farm Supply. And Rick worked there quite a bit when he was in middle school. He was about 14 or 15, Rick was.
It was a farm supply?
Yeah, Farm Supply, yeah.
And it was called Y
Farm Supply. We're right at the Y there.
Oh, okay.
At
Sure.
Second and what was the street there?
It was out north?
Yeah, north of.
Okay. At the Y.
Yeah, the Y. At the Y. There's the intersection of 2 and whatever goes west. I don't know. Yeah, Y. W-Y-E. Y Farm Supply.
But it's 3
So it was all, stuff for horses and cows and everything. It was a lot of big stuff. So they did quite well there. But then Marty, he wanted to get back into the finance. I don't know just how that all worked, but they went somehow together and started ACS. And Pat was the numbers guy. He was just always working with the figures. He was good at that. Figures. He wasn't on the phone calling debtors and that stuff. Pat was a nice guy. You remember Pat? You don't remember Pat at all. Yeah, he left me. Well, you were only probably 10 or 11, I guess, when Pat, I forget when he retired. And he went over to the West Coast. Although he did do some stuff for them in their Everett office through the 90s.
Marty went to Mexico.
Oh, I can't quite remember. Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, Marty and
Ran a brothel.
Rick pretty much ran the company, ACS. And then John joined them. Didn't really want to. He was going to go with another finance company somewhere out of Denver, and I don't know, it didn't work out. Anyway, he ended up coming to ACS, but he really didn't want to. John was kind of the numbers guy too, wasn't he? Okay, then it was John and Rick and Marty all through the 80s, I would say, all through the 80s. Oh, we're getting to the 80s, okay. Yeah, oh yeah, John got married. Well, he was going to get married. Invitations went out to a girl named Diane. And invitations were about 3 weeks. They called it off. And it was mutual. They both decided they weren't ready. And it was supposed to be in like the summer of '82. Hello, kitty cat. You want to come see Todd? I'm going to try to get in the window again. So so they called it off. And John, they just let everybody know. Oops, so kitty cat. He's sniffing.
Okay, it's camper.
I don't know. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm recording the cat. The cat.
It's all right.
Cammy's mushing around Todd. He's trying to be friends. And Todd's not too happy. Go away, kitty. Go away. Go away. Go away. Kitty cat. So anyway, they told everybody somehow, or John did, that there's still going to be a party. But they didn't have to do gifts, no wedding. So we had a big unwedding party, in our backyard. And it was catered by Mike Jameson's company. They catered stuff. They brought all the food. And it was a great party. And all the relatives came over from Seattle. And a lot of them stayed overnight with us. And yeah, so it was a really good unwedding party. That was in '82. And then he met Chris around December, and they got married the next June. Oh. 6 months later, he was married to Chris. So that's how that went. And they had a small wedding at, it was the Red Lion, where he had worked. He and David both had worked there at the Red Lion, which is now Marabou. And a small wedding and a pretty good sized reception in a big dining area. So it was a nice wedding. And so they've been married now 38 years, the next couple weeks, June 18th. 38 for them. David just had his 44. Wow. So yeah, the 80s were a big year for, weddings and all the great-grandbabies, not the greats. The great, no wait. My grandbabies.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was all, because you guys are all, no wait.
Yeah, we're grand. And then Zane's great-grandkids.
Let's see, in the 80s was, Chad was 80. Mm-hmm. But then Johnny, it's all my grandkids are 80s. Okay, right up till Charlie, who was 89, in 89. Okay, the great-grands are all in the 2000, up to 2012 or so. Okay, yeah. You were the first at 78, and then all the 80s were a bunch of grandkids. Okay, and a couple weddings. Rick got married in the 80s. 80s. That's when we were boating. We were doing a lot of boating then. And towards the end of the 80s, we started the RVing with a little RV, not a camper, a trailer, but small.
So you towed it, you had to tow it behind another car, or you could drive it itself?
It was you drove it yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it was not a huge bus.
No.
Okay.
No, not a big, no. I think it was about 16 or 17 feet long. Not very big. It was big enough, but and John and Chris would borrow it to go to the Oh, we went through this.
That's right.
Yeah, the
'Cause
fair. Okay,
They
we're
said it
still.
smelled really bad.
we're-
That they
yeah.
didn't know how to empty the tank or
Yeah,
something.
they hadn't emptied. And it was Janet Need who had used it last, and she hadn't emptied the tank. You remember Janet Need, don't
Yes,
you?
I do.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty much.
Let me tell you the saga of Janet Need. When I met her, she was a little old lady, and she worked repairing the city's police cars, but she'd fucking steal them. So she'd see some cops out getting a donut, and she'd just take the police car in for repairs without their knowledge, because she had all the master keys. Or she'd just take off holding a beer, because she was a little old lady, and could get away with anything, because privilege. The woman truly had no fucks to give. Like, her fucks had runneth dry. She tried to go fuck shopping, but there were no fucks left to buy. I think that's how the song goes. You get the picture. Gaze upon the field on which I grow my fucks, and see that it is barren, and weep.
Takes care of the 80s. Yeah, the babies. See, Johnny was born in 85, Jen in 87, Erica 88, and then Charlie in 89. And he was born with a bad heart and had to be flown to Seattle and went through all that. They had to do an operation. I don't know what they did. So yeah, end of the decade with Charlie and us heading for Mexico in our 89. Oh, we were still in that little RV. We went to Mexico in that little thing. Wow. And we had a dog too, the big Brittany.
Oh, Ty?
No.
Not Ty?
Huh?
What was the dog's name?
Oh, Ty.
Oh.
Ty. Forget his full name. We call him Ty. He was a Brittany, a hunting dog. And yeah, Grandpa always had the hunting dogs all the way. Brittany's all the way from the 60s. He had a hunting dog.
Do you remember all their names?
The first one was Birdie. Gosh, I can't remember the second one. I think Tyrone was the third one, I think. I'm trying to think if he had any in between there, because he always had a dog. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, I can't pause too long here trying to think of that. But yeah, he spent his life hunting, well, besides the army, a couple of years there. But after that, it was all finance business straight through, hunting straight through, fishing straight through. He really enjoyed life. And yeah, he loved to hunt and fish. Okay, and Pat did too. Pat was his best hunting buddy. Okay, so we went to Mexico in that, 89 that was. 89, oh, that was the year we went back east too. We went before Charlie was born. We took that RV and drove all the way back with Tina.
That's right.
The little dog. And it was a long trip, 3,000 miles back. We went all the way back across the U.S., and then we came back to Spokane across Canada. So that'd be interesting. And then once we got back, Janet was going to start school. And as soon as we got back, she asked if we could sit. Well, I don't know if we use the word sit, because you guys were 9 or 10 or so, 11, for the summer while she went to school. And we had the pool, you were used to us. So we had you guys all summer. Just you and Chad. And it worked out good. Dad was retired by then, Grandpa. But I think he went to the office now and then anyway to do something or other. And you guys would come every day, have breakfast, which was just a bowl of cereal.
Oh yeah, we always had Fruity Pebbles or something like that. I remember
Is that what
a
it
ton of
was?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, God.
And popcorn. And
Popcorn?
Tony's Pizza for lunch.
And what for lunch?
Tony's Pizza. You always cooked us a oven pizza.
Oh, really? I kind of forgotten. But you did a lot of swimming,
Oh yeah.
the two of you. Yeah, it was just the two of you. And probably just about every day you went swimming. And of course then Janet or David, I forget which one dropped you off in the morning.
I think our dad did.
You think Janet?
I think my dad did.
Oh, you think your dad did? And she would pick you up maybe? I think that
so.
was it, yeah. She'd pick you up around 3-ish or something, I think. And he would drop you, I don't know, 7 or 8, whatever. I don't know, yes, got so, mostly just July and August, I think, because I think we spent June back on our trip. So maybe it was just for a couple months there in the summer. And, okay, that was 89. That's when we lost Tina, who was pretty old and blind and deaf. And it's always hard losing any pet, but I do have to outlive them. So that's good. I can at least outlive them, which I did with Maggie too. So okay, because they get blind and deaf, and their lifespan, these small ones, cats and small dogs, about 17 or 18 years. And yeah, Tina was about 17. Got her in 74 when she was about a year old. So 73, 89. So she had a good long life. And so did Maggie. And Rosie. Janet's the one that named Rosie. She named her Rosie.
I remember Rosie.
What about Reggie? Reggie the cat. Where'd he come from?
That was John's cat, and he named him after Reggie Jackson. Was it
Yep.
the
Reggie
baseball player? Was
Yep.
it Jackson?
Yep.
And he always wanted a black cat. His first cat was Reggie. He was black. Then he got another black cat later. He was Reggie.
Oh, there's 2 Reggies?
Yeah.
Oh.
He got another Reggie.
We had like 4 Sams growing up.
But it didn't work because he had an apartment, John did. This was after he was, 20 or whatever, 22. I don't know if they didn't allow cats or he just didn't have time, or maybe it's when he wanted to go to California, because John did go to L.A. and lived there for a few months.
Oh, really?
So he gave me the cat to take care of. And I remember the day he brought that cat over, and his name was Reggie, black cat. And the cat was kind of shook up coming to a strange place, and I tried to pick it up or something, and he grabbed my arm and dug it so badly that I was really bleeding a lot. And John was there to take me to the beauty parlor. And so we mopped it up. No, I guess we left the cat in the house, went to the beauty parlor, but it was hurting me so much. So we got the hair done. Always do the hair. Most important. And but it was hurting a lot. So Don picked me up and we went to the doctors and got tetanus shots and all that taken care of. That poor kitty, Reggie. And Reggie stayed with us for a long time. I think that was when John did go to L.A., yeah, must have been. And he just left Reggie with us. And I feel like Reggie was there forever. Till he got sick and died finally, but it had been a long time. A long time. I don't think he's had a. They've had a lot of cats, he and Chris, but I don't think he ever named one Reggie. So it was just 2 Reggies, I think. They had many cats and dogs over the years, many. Okay, cats. Yeah, Janet thought of that. Rosie was some character on a TV show. And I was trying to think of 2 names because we got the 2 cats, male and female, brother and sister. Darn this voice.
What was the Rosie and what was the other one's name?
Roscoe.
Oh, Roscoe.
Roscoe. Well, I guess they didn't quite understand me at the vets. They called him Rascal.
Oh, Rascal.
Rascal. Oh, what it was, Roscoe. But yeah, she had seen Rosie on some TV show, some comedy. So she thought that would go with Roscoe, I guess. I don't know who came up with Roscoe. Was that you or Chad, maybe?
Oh, I don't know.
It seems like we said, you guys named the cats, and I don't know, maybe one of you came up with Roscoe, and then Janet finally came up with Rosie. I don't know. Anyway, Roscoe didn't live too long. He had some inherited thing, and he died as a little kitten. Then it was just Rosie. We had, then a stray cat came around. We called him Jiggs.
That's right.
And then we got Maggie, and you remember a cartoon strip called Maggie and Jiggs? There's an old one, Maggie and Jiggs. So when we got Maggie, her owner had named her Stubby. We didn't like that, so we called her Maggie because we already had Jiggs, who was a stray cat who didn't really live with us. He just would come now and then in through the cat door.
Like Popeye with extra steps.
Come in, he'd eat and sleep, then he'd go. Oh gosh, all these animals. And then Dad did have another Brittany there. This is of it. Oh, and I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm into the 90s. What did he name that dog? I think he named it Birdie. A second Birdie. It was a Brittany.
At the Newport house?
Yeah.
Birdie.
That's when we moved in there.
So, a second Birdie.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, now we're to the 90s, okay. 90s. Okay, my father died in 91. We went back east for that. He was 88.
Did you guys fly or did you drive?
We flew.
Oh, okay.
Flew. 91. We had just bought the big RV, which is like a bus. 91. Yeah, we hadn't gone anywhere in it yet. We were getting ready to go to Mexico. And then he died. He'd been sick for a little while. Okay, so we went back for that. Came back to Spokane, but we didn't go anywhere in that big RV till I think 92 was when or even 93 we went to Mexico. I just remember being in it down there in the main part of Mexico, not Baja. We did Baja. Oh God, when did you do Baja? I really should write things down, shouldn't I?
That's why we're recording it. You don't have to write it down.
Oh my God. Well, I've got.
They've got the calendars. I guess they'd say everything, wouldn't they?
Huh?
The calendars, they'd have everything in them, wouldn't they?
Yeah, the calendars, I don't remember if I took them to Mexico with me, but I did have books that I used to write in on trips or boating thing. I'll have to dig those books out.
Yeah.
I got stuff in there about the various trips. Okay, but the big RV, I think that was like 92. Because when Dad died in 91, we didn't go to Mexico that winter. But then the next winter, 92, we did. It was a big one. I mean, I never drove the things, never, ever. But yeah, we were there all winter there, 92, 93. We went on a cruise with Ginny and Sid, my sister Ginny. A Caribbean cruise, or Caribbean. That was 93. We'd both been married 40 years then, 40. So they had a little celebration in the ship's dining room. 40 years of marriage, brought us cake. 43. By then, Ginny and Sid were going to Florida in the winters. So we, from here, flew down to Florida, and then we all got on the ship. And we come back, stayed with Ginny and Sid for a while, and went to Disney World and some kind of zoo in Tacoma, I forget. Anyway, so let's see, now we're getting up to what's happening in the 90s. Boating. Oh, by then we were through with the boating. We sold the boat, or his boat. And we had enough of the yacht club and all that. We went from the yacht club and boating to the RVing and those people. Then the cruises. We had a lot of fun. Good life. Okay, then by 95, that was our last trip south. We went to Florida. This was a different trailer because, 94 was Charlie's big thing at the hospital in Seattle, where they really, whatever they did, was supposed to set him for life. Stuff with his heart and lungs, and we were over there quite a while in our, by then we had a camper thing that stood on the back of the truck just to stay in overnight, not very big. And so we stayed at the hospital a lot to help relieve Rick and Shelley, because they wanted somebody with Charlie all the time. So Shelley's folks were over there, and we were there. They had a trailer, and we all stayed in the parking lot, and there was somebody with Charlie at all times. I don't know why they felt somebody should be with him. He was 4 years old, 4 years old. And he was there from like June till November. That's a long time.
Yeah.
And okay, so we were there a lot. Anyway, so then we'd come home, take a break and come home. Went down to the Tri-Cities and bought our 26-foot trailer, nice camping trailer, and took it back over to Seattle and stayed another while. And finally then we came back, and then we went off to Mexico for the winter in that camping trailer. So that was in 95. No, not Mexico that year. That was the year we went to Florida, because Ginny and Sid were in Florida. Okay, we went there in our trailer, and we didn't really want to stay with Ginny and Sid. So we went down to the Florida Keys, and we picked out one of the keys, Marathon, one of the islands, little island. And we stayed there all winter, parked right on the dock, our trailer. They let us park it right on the dock. And we went to Smokey Joe's, which is Ernest Hemingway's hangout. So toured around his house. He had lots of cats. Cats roaming around the property. Okay, that was 95. Then we came back. Yeah, we were 95. Drove home along about February or March and decided we wanted to move. Started looking Found a place in Newport.
Yeah, how'd that go about? I mean, you've been living on Alki for how many years?
30.
30, and then you said, I want to move. Where do you even start looking, and how did you end up in Newport? Just
Well, I didn't want to move.
oh,
Everything we did was pretty much always his ideas. And anyway, I just went along with everything. And I don't know, he was talking about moving back on the coast. He wanted to get back near Puget Sound. And I didn't want to leave because all the kids were in the Spokane area. All of you. Yeah, all. 3 boys, 6 grandkids, everybody was here. So he says, okay, we'll try to find a place on the water. He wanted to be on the water, lake, river, whatever. So he's the one that found it. He'd go riding around with real estate guys. I had nothing to do with looking even. He went with these guys, and I have no idea if they looked like a priest or Pend Oreille Lake, Spokane River. I have no idea. They ended up Pend Oreille River and found a place for sale. Several places, because they looked at several. And this is the one he decided on. I said, oh, fine with me, whatever. I didn't care. I was sick of taking care of that swimming pool, too. I was totally in charge of it. Oh, it wasn't that much work, but yeah, I was always a little sorry to leave Alki, but he loved it up there on the river, had the dock, his boat, and he had a boat, and he could go fishing. And he loved the huge, what do you call, a big shop thing.
Oh, yeah, his
that you
outbuilding.
Big enough to park an RV in and a boat and everything, workshop. We had a lot of gardens and the woods and the beach. Oh, I liked it. It was an interesting old house. It was old, but it had personality. Yeah, I like that place. So yeah, we moved in '96. Chris arranged the 2 kitties for us, and you guys all helped us move.
I don't think I did. I was 96.
I feel like you and Chad were there, but would have been just Chad?
Well, I didn't go to college till 98, but 97, but I just don't remember moving you guys there. I felt like I helped move when you moved out of there, but I could be wrong. If it was 96, it was 96. I was definitely around.
Yeah, I was thinking, because David rented a big moving truck. I mean, a big truck.
You know, I think I do, because I remember when you moved out of Alki, we were pulling up the carpets and noticed that there was hardwood floors underneath the Alki house.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
under the carpet. So
Yeah,
I don't know how else I would know that if I wasn't helping moving.
So yeah, because Jonathan, they were all too young to 86. Yeah, they were only 10 and 11, John, Jenny, and
Yeah, me and Chad were high
Rick's
school
kids. So just you and Chad and David and John and Rick. And Dad. Not that I don't think he helped much. I mean, Marty. Yeah, you guys did it all. In '96. Okay. And Chris and her kids just stayed home. Janet, or not, yeah, Janet stayed home. She wasn't around. Or wait, Janet, now. I think she was in on it, the move. I'm trying to picture her up there. Oh gosh. I'll have to look up some old pictures and see because if you guys were all helping, and she was always so good at moving. stuff on the walls, and once you move in, arranging stuff she was good at. Gosh, I'm going to have to study that. Okay. Okay, 96. Because I know Chris and the kids stayed home, and Shelley and her kids stayed home. But maybe Janet, okay. Oh, that's terrible, I don't remember. Okay, 96. Okay, now we're getting to 97. 97. What's happening? 97, 98. Oh, I had to fly back east because my sister, or her husband, Sid, he died. Yeah, 90s were a year of, a lot of people were dying. 80s were marriages and babies. 90s, people start dying. Yeah, my father, Sid, Marty's brother-in-law, Rocky. I don't know if you remember Bevan Rocky at all.
Barely.
Brock died. Sid died. Ginny and Midge didn't die till the early 2000s. They got a little past the 90s. My sisters, both sisters, we're not up to 2000s yet. Okay, Marty's mom died, Eunice, she died in 95. Oh, goodness sake. 98, 98. Sid died in 97, Rocky in 98. So yeah, I went back for Sid's funeral. Marty didn't. We did all go to Rock's funeral. Even your folks went to that one.
And where was that?
It was over in, what's near Orlando, in this middle of the state there on the Columbia River. Chelan?
Oh.
Chelan. I think it was
Remember that
Chelan. I think. Right around there. They lived there they had a place on the river. Darn. Yeah, I remember David and Janet going to that. Okay. So that was 98. Then in 99, we took an Amtrak train 3,000 miles on a trip back east.
Oh dear.
Didn't drive the motorhome that trip, so we took the train. That was one of Grandpa's ideas, to take the train. And so we had a stateroom all the way, because it's like, a 2 or 3, 4 day trip. And it was neat. I ate in the dining room, great meals, and we had our stateroom. 99, because we went because of my 50th class reunion. 50 years. And we did stay with Ginny and Sid. No, Sid was gone. We stayed with Ginny. And went to the reunion, saw all of my class, we're all like 68 now. Everybody. Yeah, that was fun. 99.
How many people were in your class?
28.
And how many were at the reunion?
Oh, God. Well, I don't think many had died then. I don't think anybody had. I think most everybody was there. There probably were a few that weren't, but yeah, I think most of them were there with their spouses. And yeah. Now I'm thinking back.
It was a good
My
time.
old boyfriends. All my girlfriends, yeah. Yeah, everybody was there. 99. That was neat. Okay, 99. And we all marched down the street, small town. And because we all had started at the old school, which is right in the middle of town, little town. So it's
In
old, yeah, Caledonia. Little school, which is about a block from my father's grocery store. Everything's very close. So the whole class met, 28 of us, and at the old school, and we marched to the new school, which was about 4 or 5 blocks down the street. But we had all done this in 3rd grade. The 3rd grade is when the new school was built. And I went to this old, we all went to the old school till 3rd grade, my class. And in 3rd grade, when we were all like 8 years old, we all marched to the new school. Well, for our 50th reunion, we did it again. We marched down the street, and there were spectators watching. It was neat. Little towns or something. Okay, yeah, and we had, and then after I forget what we did at the school. I don't know. Something about games. I don't know if we're doing some running. Or, I can picture us running around a track. But that night, I think we had a big party of food. You know, plenty of food and drink, and dancing if you wanted. So it was good. It was a good time. And then on our way back, we took the train, but we got off in Fargo and went to a family reunion of all the Thompson family. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think how they're all related to the Solbergs there, because they're all related. Thompsons. Oh, I've got stuff on that.
Because Grandpa Solberg was born in North Dakota, right?
I think he was born in North Dakota. Obert Solberg. I'm pretty sure he was, because his father came straight from Norway. Ole or Oleg or whatever. I've lost track. But I'm pretty sure he was born in North Dakota. But the Thompsons, I don't know if that was some sister, I don't know the cousin kind of relationship or just what there. But it was a big reunion, and everybody was related somehow. And it was really a lot of people. And it was not in Fargo. We had to drive, it was near Clifford, North Dakota, or Mayville. Oh, wow. Some little town, not far from Clifford, or not too far from Fargo. Okay, so we went to that reunion anyway. And we were there for several days, partying, eating, talking, picture taking. And then we got on the train and came back home. And that was all in '99. That was quite a train trip and a reunion thing. Wow, okay. Okay, so now we hit 2000. Or as Charlie calls it, 2000 to 10, he calls it the aught years. Have you ever heard of that, aught?
I have.
AUGHT?
Yes.
Aught.
That's a thing.
Like, for zero, people say aught. I've heard of it, but never use it. Never use aught.
I don't think anyone uses it.
Aught. 20 aught. Oh gosh.
Me, right?
2000. Okay. Okay, is that enough?
That's probably good.
Yeah, I don't know how long you've been here. I don't know if the cat's starting to get to you or not.
That's it, I guess, for the 90s. Next, we'll get to the fucking aughts. Toodles.